What is up? This is Brad with Spite Fitness, and it's another training day. Today is Wednesday, and for me that means it's bench day. So I'm going to come in and do some benching, kind of keeping with the format of not really having a plan. I decided I'm going to goof around. I got my my support rack up here, and I'm going to dangle some bands from there, maybe do a double on the black. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to take off at the bottom, but I'll just overload the tricep, because basically the way that this hangs is more or less at the top. It kind of deloads. There'll still be a little assistance at the top, but it'll allow me to kind of overload the top, so I'll be able to go heavier than normal with just raw benching, and just kind of hit that top end bench a lot harder than normal. So that's kind of the plan. I'll just keep doing fives until I can't do fives. Yeah, here we go.
Alright, they're going to do a little bit of a voiceover for this one here, guys. And this is going back a few weeks, this training session here. As you can see, I'm kind of opening up with jump rope. This is, something that I've talked about before, and I continue to utilize it to get myself warm, be able to move around, get some blood flow and things like that. And then getting into the workout, and starting with just kind of a light bench warm up. This is 70 kilos, and you'll see me work kind of all the way up to my final sets. And the plan for this day, I didn't really have anything going into it, but as I kind of sat there, I figured I'd work with fives. So as you can see, I do a little bit more of a reps kind of lower end, just to get some blood moving, get the joints moving, things like that, just kind of feel a little bit better. And then once I start getting a little bit higher weight, I kind of peel down to that 5 reps that I was discussing. This is 120 kilos. I'm just kind of banging out some reps. For the most part with this, I'm able to kind of just be by myself. I don't need a spotter, especially with the bands. It kind of helps me out of the rack just a little bit. So able to move a little bit higher without a spotter. But typically whenever I'm benching and I go, kind of any amount of heavy, I very much prefer to have a spotter there with me, because it's so much easier to stay tight. Kudos to those of you who are out there that can, do just fine without a lift off and a spotter. But I really find that my performance diminishes if I don't have a good lift off, because I just can't stay in the most optimal position. Moving up here, this looks to be 190 kilos, and I think I end up with the day at like about 507, something like 230 kilos, or give or take. And here you can see this is Tom, one of the trainers. Tom is a really great dude and has been around for quite a while and helped me out as we go. So whenever I have an opportunity or I need help, he's one of the guys that's usually more than willing to jump in and give me some support. And as you can see, I'm hanging hit my 5 rep scheme, hitting some smelling salts. I've had a lot of people ask me about smelling salts, see me do it, wonder what it is. Really, it's just kind of ammonia, and I utilize it as just kind of a kick. It's something that helps kind of trigger fight or flight response for me, and really just gets me angry. So it allows me to kind of dig in and focus on what I'm doing, and kind of get amped up for the set to come. And everything's moving pretty good. Now, what I found in this particular workout is my triceps died out pretty fast, because as I stretch out the band in the lower part of the rep, I get more support, but at the very top it unloads quite rapidly. And as you can see here, the triceps fatigued, and I wasn't able to hit that last rep without assistance. So then we back down a little bit, take it down to, I believe this is 170, 90, 210. So this is 210, and hit a few more reps, I think, with this, or one more set with this. And then, kind of call it a day, I think, from the pressing. This was, again, this is going back several weeks now at this point from me recording this to when I actually did the video. And this was a really great session. I remember, feeling very happy and kind of well achieved on the backside of this. Had a great pump. Everything was going pretty good.
Forgot that was going. All right, so bench today went reverse bands. I had the thin black bands. I have no idea what the tension was. It sat in the rack with 70 kilos, so 140 something, I think. Anyway, so I think at the bottom it was probably pulling off 80 or more pounds. give or take. I'm not exactly sure, but got built up to 507, hit 507 for 5, went again for 4, then pulled off 20 kilos and hit it again for another 5. Pretty good. So pretty happy with that. Got my rep work in, which is really all I was looking to do. Didn't really like have a number in mind, but I'm pretty satisfied with that. And now I'm gonna move into some accessory stuff, and I'm just gonna make it up as I go. Yeah. One of the things I like to do is round out my chest. So I'm gonna do some, I call them prison presses. I don't know what else they might actually be called, but I'm gonna do these prison presses. And what I feel like it works is really the inner portion of the chest. And I'm just doing that for just general chest development. You know, summer's sexy, turns out. Beach season's coming, gotta get ready. So just some general chest development, so that's what we're gonna do here. Down. Okay, so today was chest day. I got in, I hit my main movement, which was those reverse band presses that you saw. Got up to the 505 for 2 sets of 5, back down to 474, something like that, for another set of 5. It's pretty good. Did a little bit more chest work with those, I call them prison presses, hands in. And sometimes I try not to touch the chest and just kind of hover and squeeze that inside of the chest, and I find that helps out, give me a good pump. And I don't know if that'll correlate to any real strength development, but we'll see. Went from that into some tricep work, and that's pretty much kind of where I stopped filming. I got some cable push downs, and I did some dips, and then I went over to one of the other rooms and did some bicep and some shoulder work. So the shoulder work just consisted of a shoulder fly, like 35-pound dumbbells for like 2 or 3 sets of, I think 3 sets of 10, and then did some bicep work. Since having my biceps repaired, I find that my biceps exhaust a lot faster than they used to, so I can get a pretty good workout pretty fast. For those, I did some dumbbell curls, 35 pounds initially. You know, the full rotation up, 1 set, and then I moved from those to more of a hammer curl, and then I also did some cambered barbell curls as well, a couple sets of 10. So nothing super sexy or fancy at the end of it. It really wasn't worth capturing, but that's what I did. So, and I just try to keep the pace really fast, and I just got done, so I'm obviously still out of breath. But hopefully that kind of pushes the conditioning a little bit, just to do more faster. So we'll see how that goes in combination with some of the other things that I'm doing as well. Anyway, that's the video, that's it. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the chat box below. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any friends, you know, like I said, share it with them. People who are interested in training or looking for training tips, because I try to insert stuff here and there. So always appreciative for new people who jump into the channel. Anyway, guys, that's it. Remember, no matter what it is you think you can't do, train despite. You either find an excuse or you find a way. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.